Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. I thought I'd do a little video today, just because I did one last week or whatever. I was a bit of a mess, I don't care. So yeah, today I've wrote a little song, I'm just like singing along as I do. Like I've just always been a singer, just randomly just bust out in song all day, every day. I was just singing Silent Night. But just recently, let me just rewind a minute. Just recently, I've started writing blogs. Well, I've been writing blogs about my past for a while, and I've wrote a book, which is also something I'll talk about soon, God Glory. But, I've always been a bit of a bonkers kind of person. Even when I was homeless, I always tried to see the positive in all situations, But now I just want to give a bit of hope back. This is my living room that I'm sitting in. Far different to the cardboard box that once used to be my living room. Just saying, what you see with me is what you get. I will just say it as it is. I'm someone that's lived there. I'm someone that's been there. I was literally one of the worst of the worst. If you ever got on a bus in the West End and saw someone getting on with a filthy blanket and blood all over their clothes, that was me, believe it or not. So just a little bit of encouragement there in itself. But this is for Crisis at Christmas, a charity that is actually very close to my heart, because every year I would get so excited about Crisis at Christmas. I'd be straight on the karaoke when I arrived. It was just one of the highlights of the year, considering the life that I was living as a homeless heroin addict. To be fair, I used Crisis at Christmas before I even became a heroin addict. When I was 17, I walked there with my best friend Sarah at the time. Others may know her as Mandy. But we walked miles that day from the Connections at St Martin's, which is another amazing service, by the way. But back in the day, in the 90s, it was a under 25 service in one part of the service, and then on the other side it was for the over 25s. Well, because I've been using it since I was 13, I lied about my age for a couple of years, which they knew. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going tangent as I always do. It's just part of who I am. I do apologise. Living the life that I did, I struggle with mental health issues. I struggle with PTSD. I've been diagnosed recently with ADHD, which is kind of answers a lot of questions to do with my past. So just want to throw out there, mental health issues do have a big part to play in homelessness. When you're a child of neglect and have trauma from abuse and you end up on the streets, you get more trauma on top of more trauma, etc., which you will be able to read about in this book. Anyway, I'm going to sing this little jingle that I wrote because I think it's pretty cool, and it's just the way I am, and it's like I want to be real, raw and honest in these videos. My reason for doing these videos and these blogs is to share, to bring hope, to show people that actually you can overcome that life. If you look at pictures through my Twitter page, my Facebook page, Kerry Douglas, you will find that I'm not, this was not who I was. I've come from gutter to glory. There are people on Twitter that I'm seeing that I remember from old school, and they remember me from old school. Different person altogether. Anyway, let's have it. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, sitting alone along Piccadilly, gracious to all that'll talk to me, sleeping on a cold floor, sleeping on a cold floor. Silent night, holy night, people stare at the sight, homeless and hungry with no... Oh, I went wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm still going to post that because I'm just real, raw and honest. Hungry and homeless with no place to go. Only crisis at Christmas, take a walk from Soho. Sleeping in a warm place. Sleeping in a warm place. January comes, a new year begins. All the same as the year before. No hope inside once more. Back to sleeping on a cold floor. Yeah, so that was it really. It's just how I work. I was just a bit creative like that. So, sitting on my feet, and it was in a little bit. So anyway, Crisis at Christmas. I loved that thing. Oh, sorry, I just feel really uncomfortable. Sorry. Ow. Right, okay, so it's a bit uncomfortable sitting down here. Can you imagine what it was like sitting on a cold floor in below 0 degrees? You know, so I'm complaining of sitting on the floor in my living room on the carpet, do you know what I mean? Laminated floor, and it hurts. It was worse than that when I was on the streets. So Crisis at Christmas gave me so much love at Christmas time. I used to go regularly every year. I was quite popular there as well because, let's face it, everywhere I go people can't forget me because I'm so bubbly and in your face and loud and just have a voice, and I just don't know when to keep my mouth shut sometimes. But it's gonna get resolutions, I know that for sure. So basically I thought I'd do this video as a campaign for Crisis. They don't even know I'm doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I've lived on the streets, okay, from the age of 13. I slept in Charing Cross Underground Station. I know what it feels like. It's cold out there. It's really cold out there, and I know that I'd be getting excited right now 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, 14 years ago, 15 years ago, 16 years ago, 17 years ago. I was getting excited for Crisis at Christmas. So excited that there'd be people that made me feel loved and give me praise and encouragement and just a glimmer of hope. People that gave up their time to spend Christmas with me and many others. So I have I don't know what to call it. I have whatever, yeah. So this book called Got to Glory is my story. From getting out of that life, how I became part of that life. Basically it's my memoir, and it's nowhere near finished yet. Let me just put that out there as well. There's so much that's not written. I'm also in the making of writing another book called Street Life, so keep your eyes peeled for that. That will be coming. I do write a blog also, which you can find at thewhyjournals.gq. There'll be a link to that in the description. But back to what I'm going to say. This book is on sale on Amazon for $5.99. Now, as it stands, the royalties that I make is only just over £1. So I only make just over £1 for every book sold. Okay, so I'm making a proposal that I know that I've sold a few books over the last few days which are not showing up on my account yet, but as from the 1st of December, whatever sales that have been made from the 1st of December to the 1st of January, I will donate half of the profit, exactly half of the profit, to Crisis at Christmas for next year. And I will also be putting my name down to volunteer there next year too, because I would love to be on the other side of that and just bring hope, do you know, like, but this book will bring hope to the homeless as well, because there are people that are still on the streets that remember me. There are people that are going to maybe hopefully see this video, hopefully see what I've achieved and see actually, do you know what, wow, if Kerry can do it, I can, because they knew me. From a young age of 13, I've been on the road till I was 24 years old in the West End. It was like everybody knew me. It was hard. I was awful, by the way, but I'm not anymore because I've gone from gutter to glory. This is my story. There's a song I love. It's by the Sidewalk Prophets, and It's called Prodigal, and it goes a little something like it's a page in your book, but it isn't the end. The Father will meet you with arms open wide. This is where your heart belongs. I am a prodigal princess, you know. I came back to Jesus. That's where I find my hope. But that's not what I'm saying here, by the way. Let me just throw it out there. I'm a radical Christian. I love Jesus. I live for Jesus. But there are people out there that don't believe, and I'm not trying to come with a, you know, religious perspective. Love your neighbour as you love yourself. That's what I live by. And I live by Isaiah 61, set those captives free. And you know, the place where I need to be to set them captives free is back on the streets and reclaiming it for the people. Because, you know, nobody deserves to sleep on a cold floor. Nobody. There was one year, it was blizzards of snow. I actually got really, really poorly. It's like I could have died even. I think I write about it in my book. But I got hypothermia, you know, and it's like really bad because I had no sleeping bag. I was sleeping on a cardboard box that was flat out opposite Fortnum and Mason's in Piccadilly. You know, it's like I was a young girl, and people were so generously giving money, but nobody really stopped. Well, there was one person that stopped, and I actually took advantage of them because that's where my head was back then. But you know, like, the thing is as well, I want to point out right now that just because these people seem like they're unreachable or unteachable or unhelpable, take a chance, because you'd be surprised if you'd endured what they've endured, then you too might be someone that nobody wants to approach because you become someone you're not, basically. So anyway, I feel like I'm waffling as always, so I'll stick the link to the book in the description. 50% of the profits will go to Crisis at Christmas, and that is a pinky promise, however you want to do it. I pinky swear, yeah. Sorry, I've got 10-year-old twins, so that's something that we do, pinky swear. Guys, you can see, got to glory. This is who I am. I am real, I am raw, I am honest. If you like, press like, subscribe, share. That would be amazing, and it would be really helpful too, because I really need to get this story out there, because so many people need to hear the hope, get the freedom, and stand up and overcome. Do you know what I mean? It's like, overcome. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a little retweet as well. That would be great. Thank you. Seems to be blowing up on Twitter. Really good though, because people are starting to listen to a voice that actually knows what they're talking about. Bye for now, guys. Have a great day. Merry Christmas.